What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to LIFG. Today we're going to be doing a deck tech here in Eternal Card Game. There were a few requests for updated Feln Midrange type deck with the new cards that came out, so I'm going to be going over what I came up with so far. This is a work in progress, but I figured I'd get this video out right now. And I do love that they have the deck log here. So as you can see, the deck was not doing very well at all in the beginning. I had to make some tweaks and it's been working a lot better. So I'm going to show you what I'm working with now, and we'll do our usual 5 games and go from there. So right now with this build, because the main card we're going to incorporate is Hailstorm, I cut out pretty much everything that can die to Hailstorm. So I cut out Instigator, I cut out the 2/3 with Lifesteal, and made some switches there. Did keep Jotun Feast Caller in, but by the time this guy's out, you shouldn't be Hailstorming very much anyways. So we have 3 Dark Returns, and the main reason for that is we did drop on the amount of units we're playing here by a little bit. So Dark Return is just going to make Black Sky a lot better. A Jotun that's attacked a couple of times is going to be a lot better. Champion's Champion. Rindra, Dark Returned, can now attack through or block a Sandstorm Titan. You also get another Nightfall trigger for an extra draw card. So that's why I'm running 3 of these. Basically just makes it so we're closer to 23 units than 20. 2 Permafrost, and the reason I put these in is there's been a few situations where having a Permafrost would have been very good, while having another Hailstorm or removal spell didn't really work the way I wanted it to, because I couldn't play 2 things in one turn or whatever the reason is. So I'm currently testing 2. They've been good so far. 4 Strategize, obviously. There are going to be matches. There are going to be matches where you're doing a mirror match or a control mirror match, something like that, where Hailstorm's a dead card and you just want to get that to the bottom, or In Cold Blood is a dead card, or Feeding Time's a dead card, and I have come across those. Strategize helps you do that pretty effectively. Running 2 Varus Favor, and the only reason I'm running 2 instead of 4 is, as you can see, I'm only running 4 Shadow Sigils. I will say that I haven't really got the Amethyst Monument to transform yet, so it's arguable whether or not this should be another Shadow Sigil. But anyways, Varus Favor is good for getting one of those. It's amazing for popping Aegis on units, and it does kill a Unwarcried Runehammer or anything like that as well. So it's just a really versatile card for 2. Devastating Setback is going to be taking the spot of Lightning Storm, or you could say it's my 4th and 5th Hailstorm. It doesn't kill anything with 3 toughness, but it does work very well. And it's also really good to just see what your opponent's dealing with in their hand and get rid of problem cards. Because one of the main issues this deck comes across is weapons. Weapons can be a bit tough, especially since our unit count's a bit lower. We have no way of dealing with them outside of Extract, and that's one of the reasons Extract's in here. It kills some of the main weapons, which is Runehammer and Sword of Icaria. Gets rid of both those. It also kills early game units and gains you health. It also scouts, which is just a big bonus. So this is one of the cards that we put in since we took out Instigator. It doesn't die to Hailstorm. It doesn't die to Setback. Late game, it can draw you 2 cards or pop Aegis and draw you a card. So we're running 4 of these, and it's also a really great blocker early game. 3 Hailstorm. As I said, this was the main reason we're going to be running anything from the new set. Wisdom of the Elders. It's almost an auto include in these kind of Feln decks. 2 Death Strikes, and I kind of have my removals split up quite a bit here. I have 3 cards doing very similar things. Death Strike's only in here because it has quick draw. The other 2 4 cost removal spells are better in certain situations, but this is a fast spell, so That's why it's here. Feed-in Time is arguably the best one we have in here. It's going to be the best one in most situations because it's a clean answer to a lot of cards. And then In Cold Blood, and I can attest to the power of this card. When I was playing the Argenport deck you saw in my Road to Master series, this card destroyed me a lot. I lost to Feln quite a bit with that deck after the video in Diamond 1. I'd say I lost about 4 games, and they were all to Feln. And this card is just brutal. If you're playing Justice, this card is a beating. So we're running 3 of that. And if they're not playing Justice, then it's just a 4 power removal card. We're running 4 Rindra, 2 Torgov, and you can make a case to cut Torgov, but it's just another 4 drop with 5 toughness with upside. That's why it's in here. 4 Champion. It's the strongest unit in the deck. It's very hard to deal with, and it gets bigger, and it gets your team bigger. 2 Jotons. I added these after I made some more cuts, and it's been okay so far. As I said before, with Dark Return, it actually got a lot better. And we're topping out at 6 specifically for Black Sky. Black Sky just gives us a bit more longevity versus our faster build, which I am keeping intact. That stops at 5. We have 2 Primal Sigils, 1 Cobalt Monument. We have 4 Waystones, a full playset, 4 Shadow Sigils, the Amethyst Monument. Only 2 of these Waystones because I wanted to make sure I'm running more than 2 Shadow Sigils. Because dropping that low on basic sigils also makes your seats really bad. We have Crest, that's always going to be depleted. Felon Banner, that's going to be depleted at least half the time, I'd say, in this deck. And Seat, which is going to be depleted quite a bit as well, which is why I am only running 2 of these, so I could run 2 more of those. So that's the deck. Bit of a longer explanation, but I wanted to make sure I went over everything properly. Now let's go and get some games done. I'm going to redraw this, definitely. Okay, so let's scout. And I didn't end up getting the Zakaria. Keep that on top. I did end up getting the Zakaria avatar. It's just too nice not to get it. Alright, we don't have a turn 2 play, so we'll play our depleted power this turn. Also gives us a chance to draw 1 more of these regular sigils, so these can activate when we play them. Did not get it. I have Rindra in hand, so I'd rather put this out and have the potential to get Aegis if I draw regular power. Wonder what we're facing if this is the ETS deck. No power. That kind of sucks. We're going to go in his hand. You can keep Twilight Hunt. I'm going to take Mirror Image. Okay. This is a situation where feed-in time's good. Because that Dawnwalker is not going to be coming back. We did miss a power drop there, unfortunately. Okay, we're going to go with Torgov. So we know they have at least 1 removal spell they can give this killer. I'd rather lose Torgov than lose Rindra. Okay. This sucks a lot. Pretty good though for him, of course. Okay, I was gonna play this, but I'd rather get rid of both units here. And I'll just use this now. Utilize my mana as efficiently as possible. Because this isn't going to have the upside in this matchup. There is no justice. So I'll hold up the one that has a fast spell and get rid of the one that's a slow spell now. Alright, let's go. Let's scout. Let's bottom that and we'll pop his Aegis. Alright, let's attack. What do you have? So I'm going to go with Rindra instead of another Black Sky, and the reason is, if he goes Surso again and give it Killer, I can kill it in response. Okay, that's probably going to wrap the game up. Yep. I think he still gets the copy. I've never had that interaction before. No, okay, good. That's how it should work, but I know sometimes things don't work the way they should here in Eternal. So that went pretty good. Let's get that up there. And I'll put the link to this in the description. I will put it as work in progress, because I do think I'm going to make some more modifications to it as well. And depending on the meta you're facing in Diamond or Masters, you're going to make some changes yourself. I'm going to keep this on the play. We do have Strategize. Hopefully they don't have Sabotage. Because if they have Sabotage, this hand gets a lot worse really quickly. Okay. I was still hoping to draw power there. Yeesh. Let's bottom this. A little unfortunate, but I guess I have to blame myself a bit as well for keeping it. But I mean, we've drawn 3 cards since we kept it, and none of them have been power. Luckily, we're not under a lot of pressure yet. Come on, put something else out. Good. Alright, so I have a couple of options here. I can wipe his board now, or I can take all this damage and do it next turn, which I think I'm going to do. I'm at 21, so I'm going to set back. I hate Madness so much. I hate Madness so much. It's so good. It always seems to be especially good against me, so let's just get rid of that now. And my guess is opponent just drew another Madness on their turn. Come on, play that, play that. Thank you. So this is a good turn for us. We're still on 3 power, which is ridiculous at this point. He's probably going to play 3 1/1s here. And we still can't play anything in our hand. Alright. So I think he's going to Madness Rindra, gain 5 health, and then sacrifice it. No? Okay, good. I'd rather it be that. Hopefully we can draw another power here, though. Alright, that's a good draw. That's a very good draw. We're gonna go get this back. It does have lifesteal. So if it can live, it can stop him from attacking. Still gonna block. It's smart. That means I don't gain the 6 health. But I guess basically they wanted to draw 2 cards. Deadly. Alright, let's get rid of this. Don't want Ranger to die yet. Especially with another one in hand, which means we can bring Nightfall back next turn. And I feel pretty safe at 16. I was going to say, I'm still waiting for the Madness to show up. Alright, so they're definitely just trying to race. It's not the worst thing for us if they don't have a removal spell. Undepleted power is also really good here. If he has Madness, he wins. I'll take my chance. If I played this, attack for 6, went to 13 with 1 blocker, I could still just die. Okay. I'm gonna Black Sky. That gains us 4 health. I was always gonna block this. Hopefully he doesn't have any pump spells. Quick draw specifically. And the reason I did the trade that way is because Ranger can deal more lifesteal damage long term if I play another Nightfall. Let's go with Ranger. 15's pretty good. Of course, if they have Madness or something, my blocks get a bit more awkward. Alright, not bad for being stuck on 3 power for so long. Zazu. We are on the play. I do like this hand because we're on the play. I'm actually going to lead with this. We can get a second shadow here. We can strategize away one of these, which we're definitely going to strategize one of these away. Well, let's see what we draw first. Yeah, I don't need Trip. I don't need Trip Harbinger right now. Did figure this is what we're playing against, though. Gonna hold this. Maybe we get to hit a 1 toughness unit or something with Aegis. It doesn't look like that's gonna be the case, though. This is gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem because there's no way they're not running Permafrost. I'm gonna lead with Torgov. Interesting. Definitely blocking. This is a trade we're fine with. We're trading Torgov for a torch and a champion. I'm okay with that all day. Alright, so let's go like that, since he didn't have permafrost last turn. And if he can't deal with this now, we're gonna get back in the game very quickly. No blocks. Yeah, I didn't think you had permafrost. Alright, so let's start by attacking for 5. We'll put one of these out. And we don't mind if this dies. We already have a dark return in hand. They finally hit their 3rd power. Again, that's a trade we take all day. All day we take that trade. How do we want to do this? Let's get rid of that. It's become clear now that this isn't going to do anything to anything. Attack for 5. Keep this erase. And we will strategize. Eee, these are good. These are all good. Actually gonna bottom wisdom. I think everything in my hand's better than wisdom. I mean, this says get a 5/6 flyer with lifesteal. So that's pretty good. Let's go Nightfall. Attack. Gain some more. I'll hold that. Yep, GG. They got stuck on power a little bit in the beginning and they never really recovered. Though we did have a pretty good start for what we were facing. So 2 more games. I was very tempted to keep that hand, full disclosure. I chose not to, and I think that was the right decision. This might be a mirror match. Alright, let's lead with that. Let's see if he's playing Justice in there. Is he gonna take? Okay, he didn't take Strategize. I think Hailstorm's going to be dead in this matchup. So I'm going to go ahead and bottom that. I kept Vara's Favor because it can actually get us another power. And this game's going to go long. Very, very likely. Alright, they have Wisdom in hand. A lot of what we're trying to do isn't going to be as good in this matchup. Let's go with that. And we will use Nightfall here. Yeah, they're going to have removal for most of our stuff, so something like this isn't going out until we can use it effectively. I am going to put Ranger out there, though, because we can't just say go, especially if their version doesn't play many units at all. They're going to just always have the removal waiting. Another Cold Blood. Okay, good. I'm gonna pass the turn back. Pass it back. I don't want to get hit with another Sabotage, so that's why I went for the Aegis there. Usually that's for gift. Gift doesn't do anything until he pops this, though. And he popped it. Okay. I don't think he searched for that. I'm hoping he did. But I don't think he did. Alright, bottom one of those. So I really don't think I'm going to have a hand end of next turn. Yep, it's gift. So that's one of the biggest difference if I'm facing Feln control, is I can't deal with something like that. I mean, I can win through it, but it's not likely. Not unless I've already established some pressure. So we'll see how this goes. They have a lot of power, a lot of cards. He can still play 2 removal spells here. Alright, so that's good. That didn't go up my face. So that's good. And drawing in 2 units with Aegis. I can only play one of them, unfortunately. I'm just going to go with a champion. I don't know what I'm thinking about. I think it's always champion here. This gets blocked by a lot of stuff and just dies. And drawing extra cards isn't necessarily good when my hand is going to go away every turn. Alright, well, we're just going to A-space. Because not attacking, the longer this game goes, the worse it is for us. So we just got to keep swinging until this game's done. Okay, let's see what we have on top. Finally transformed, and it's horrible in this situation, so go away. Yeah, I think we lost this one. They got way too much time. And I can't activate, I mean I can activate this, but I'm just going to draw a card that I can't play. I'm going to activate this now. Pop the Aegis. Let's go bottom. Attack for 2. Let's keep that bad boy on top. I think he does have a removal spell, but killing a 2/5 doesn't feel very good to them. Let's put that out there. Now that it's a 4/5, I think we might see something. Or he has a Black Sky in hand. Okay. Interesting. Well, let's just attack. There's no way they don't have a removal spell. They don't. They're digging. If I win like this, that would be hilarious. Oh, man. That's 5 cards they've seen this turn. They must have found something. 7 cards this turn. I feel like we got away with murder there. Wow. Okay, but that game was good to keep in mind because you can see the Feln control deck that goes a little bit bigger can be a bit rough. One of the main reasons is they're running a lot less units, so they render a lot of our removal spells pretty dead. Hailstorm's not great. it only pops Aegis on champion unless you have 2, then you can kill their units. Cold Blood can kill stuff, but they're not running that many cards. We only saw champion and Black Sky from him, I believe. So that's something to keep note of. Now, if you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's bottom that. If you do draw an aggressive start, you can definitely bully them, but we didn't get that game. And I do think the difference there was all the units with Aegis just made it a lot harder. They had to use multiple spells each time. Okay, so I could draw 2 cards here, but I'm going to go in their hand, and hopefully Privilege of Rank isn't the only thing they have. Yeah, you can keep Harsh Rule. I'm not that concerned about Harsh Rule. If I can get people to cast Harsh Rule against this deck, then I'm doing something right. Because a lot of times it's going to be their entire turn, and they're going to be casting it to get rid of 1 or 2 units. Okay. Let's attack for 5. We did get rid of, yeah, we got rid of Runehammer. Okay. Not sure what they're thinking about. We're going to draw 2 now, because if we can get another power, I would play that instead of this. We didn't, though. Because Rain of Frogs is it's a possibility. If he has Island's Favor, it's whatever. Or Island's Choice, my bad. And this isn't good enough to go out yet. I'll just pass it back this time. I'm not sure if they're playing Shadow or they just splash this so they can scout. If they are playing Shadow, that's a pretty late draw. Okay, that's a good find. We found our 5th Primal Sigil. So we're going to put Champion out there. It's going to force him to start making some decisions. We know he has Harsh Rule, at least 1. And it doesn't clean our board up at all. Runehammer also doesn't do anything currently. We'll take 4. Because if they Harsh Rule, this lives. But if I block and they have Runehammer, then they can kill this. And I'm not going to trade this for that. And his Runehammer is still alive. Let's attack for 7. Gonna pop this. Keep that on top. And I'm gonna put Torgov out. I want to force his hand. I want his entire turn to be Harsh Rule. That's not Harsh Rule. Yeah, Huru has a really big problem with tempo. The Huru Midrange or control decks, I don't know. So I've been playing one myself, the Autobite one. And when it works really well, but it struggles a lot. It gets bullied a lot, I should say. I don't know. So that was the deck. We actually went 5-0. As far as changes, if you guys saw anything that you would change, you can let me know down below or on Eternal Warcry where the deck list is. But for now, I'm going to keep testing this as is. The one change I would say if you're going to run this deck, I think you can cut this monument for a Shadow Sigil. And I'd probably leave this one for now, but you can probably cut this one for a Primal Sigil. Most of the games I've drawn them, they haven't done anything. This one has done more. As you can see, the one game where I drew this, it was not even relevant on that board at all. So I'd say you could cut this for another one of those. The Permafrost still seem pretty good. Dark Return seems amazing. I might up this to 4. Hailstorm seems good, of course, and Cold Blood. Those all seem good. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, what changes you would make, and if you're new, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe down below. Thanks for watching.